The petrodollar system is a foundational pillar of global trade, defined by the practice of pricing and selling oil exports exclusively in US dollars. Because oil is the world's most essential commodity, every oil importing nation must first acquire US dollars to power their economy. This creates a permanent global demand for the dollar, making it the essential currency for all nations, regardless of their own borders. In 1974, the United States and Saudi Arabia established a historic agreement that would shape the global economy for decades. The United States provided military protection and security guarantees to Saudi Arabia. In exchange, Saudi Arabia agreed to price all of its oil sales exclusively in US dollars. This created a permanent global demand for the dollar. This foundation effectively tied the world's most vital energy commodity to the US currency, cementing the petrodollar system. Oil exporting nations generate massive amounts of excess US dollars from global trade. These funds are not left idle. Instead, they flow back into the US financial system through a process called recycling. Nations invest these surplus dollars into US Treasury bonds. By purchasing these bonds, exporters provide a massive, stable source of liquidity to the American economy. This high demand for US debt keeps government borrowing costs low. This constant cycle of dollar earnings and reinvestment creates a pillar of economic stability for the United States. Oil is the world's master commodity. Because every modern economy depends on energy, it acts as the primary hub of global trade. To secure this essential resource, nations must maintain significant reserves of US dollars. This structural requirement creates a constant global demand for the dollar. Because the global economy relies on oil, it relies on the dollar to pay for it. This network effect reinforces the dollar's status as the world's primary reserve currency. The year 2024 represents a historic pivot point. 50 years ago, in 1974, a landmark agreement linked U.S. security guarantees with the global trade of oil, effectively mandating the use of the U.S. dollar. With the expiration of this half-century term, the global energy market is shifting. We are seeing a transition from a forced dollar monopoly toward a more voluntary and competitive landscape. Major energy importers are increasingly settling oil trades in their own currencies to bypass the traditional US dollar system. China has pioneered the use of the yuan, allowing them to purchase oil directly from exporters without converting funds into US dollars. Similarly, India is negotiating rupee-based accounts to settle energy invoices, reducing transaction costs and insulating their economy from dollar volatility. By dealing directly, these nations are moving toward a multipolar energy market, gradually reducing their dependence on the U.S. financial architecture. Traditionally, global energy markets relied on a central system, the SWIFT network denominated in US dollars. Most trade routes converged here, creating a single, interconnected global financial architecture. However, geopolitical tensions have triggered a bifurcation. Countries under U.S. sanctions, such as Russia and Iran, have been cut off from this central hub. In response, these nations are building independent energy trading routes. These alternative pathways operate entirely outside the traditional USD and SWIFT infrastructure. This creates a bifurcated landscape. On one side, the conventional system; on the other, a parallel, decentralized network of clearing mechanisms designed to insulate trade from Western financial policy. A significant shift in global energy trade is underway as Saudi Arabia begins accepting partial payments for oil in Chinese yuan. Traditionally, oil was priced exclusively in US dollars. This created a cycle where China paid dollars, which were then recycled through global markets. The new experiment allows China to pay for energy directly using its own currency. This reduces reliance on the dollar and integrates energy imports directly into China's currency flow. This strategic move by the two nations marks a pivot toward a more multi-currency energy market, lessening the dollar's traditional monopoly. The expansion of BRICS has fundamentally altered the global energy market. By integrating major oil producers into a single coalition, the group is aggressively building a unified payment architecture. This infrastructure connects diverse energy producers, creating a system that allows member nations to settle energy trade in currencies other than the US dollar. By moving toward this direct payment network, BRICS Plus is effectively insulating its member states from the traditional dollar-based settlement system and its associated geopolitical risks. While this system is still developing, the goal is clear: to establish a sovereign, alternative financial highway for global energy distribution. India is proactively reshaping its energy trade, settling oil invoices directly with partners like Russia and the UAE using the Indian rupee. By bypassing the US dollar for these transactions, India reduces conversion fees and transaction costs, strengthening its domestic currency. This strategic shift serves as a crucial shield against dollar-related inflation, insulating the Indian economy from global currency volatility. The Triffin dilemma is a fundamental economic paradox. To supply the world with the reserve currency it needs, the United States must export more dollars than it receives, which means consistently running large trade deficits. This dynamic is becoming unsustainable. As of 2026, U.S. national debt servicing costs have reached record highs. The burden of maintaining this liquidity is now straining the very economy that issues the currency. The core conflict lies between the U.S. desire to use the dollar as a geopolitical tool and the reality of its long-term domestic economic stability. To understand the evolving role of the dollar, we look at global foreign exchange reserves. At the turn of the century, the U.S. dollar accounted for over 70% of total allocated reserves held by central banks worldwide. As of early 2026, IMF data indicates that this share has seen a slow but steady decline, now hovering near 57%. While the dollar remains the world's primary reserve currency, this shift reflects a broader trend toward a more fragmented and multi-currency global financial landscape. The global financial system relies on the US dollar, but this reliance creates a vulnerability. When the dollar is used as a geopolitical weapon, such as through targeted economic sanctions, it can cut nations off from the global market. To ensure economic sovereignty, many countries are now actively building alternative payment architectures. These systems allow them to trade, clear invoices, and manage reserves outside the reach of dollar-denominated sanctions. Central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, are redefining how nations transact. By digitizing national currencies, central banks can facilitate instant cross-border payments. A digital bridge connecting China's ECNY with energy-producing nations allows for near-instant settlement, bypassing the legacy SWIFT and dollar-based clearing systems. By 2027, this architecture is expected to enable large-scale, non-dollar energy settlements. This reduces reliance on USD liquidity for daily trade. Ultimately, CBDCs offer a neutral, efficient clearing mechanism, potentially fragmenting the traditional dollar-denominated global energy market. As the global economy transitions away from fossil fuels, the importance of oil is being challenged by a new set of essential commodities. Critical minerals like lithium, copper, and cobalt have become the bedrock of the renewable energy revolution. These materials are essential for battery technology, wind turbines, and the electrical grid. This structural shift in commodity demand is fundamentally changing which nations hold the most economic leverage, potentially altering the criteria for global reserve currency status in the decades to come. Mid-sized nations are adopting a strategic two-basket approach to their national reserves. They maintain US dollars for daily liquidity, ensuring they can trade in the global market where the dollar remains the dominant medium of exchange. Simultaneously, they are building a safety net, storing value in gold and non-dollar currencies as a hedge against future volatility and potential sanctions. By diversifying their holdings, these nations protect their sovereignty, balancing the need for efficiency with the requirement for long-term security. Despite shifts in energy markets, the US dollar remains the world's most trusted currency. This resilience is rooted in the depth and transparency of American capital markets. The U.S. financial system provides unrivaled market depth. Investors around the world choose the dollar because U.S. capital markets are highly transparent, backed by the rule of law, and offer massive liquidity. While other currencies gain ground in specific regional trade, the dollar remains the preferred choice for global finance. Its strength is not just in usage, but in the sheer size and reliability of the American economy. The dollar is not just a currency, it is a global financial infrastructure that remains, for now, unmatched. We are witnessing a shift in global finance. The U.S. dollar-based system relies on massive scale and decades of historical stability, creating a deep, liquid pool for global trade. In contrast, emerging decentralized clearing mechanisms offer neutrality and regional agility. These systems bypass traditional bottlenecks. While these newer systems provide an alternative, they currently lack the sheer market depth and liquidity that make the U.S. system the bedrock of global finance. Ultimately, the U.S. financial system remains the dominant choice for large-scale, liquid global capital, even as the landscape for commodity settlement becomes more diverse. For 5 decades, the global energy market operated in a unipolar system. The U.S. dollar acted as the central hub through which nearly all energy trade flowed, creating a unified global standard. Today, we are witnessing a structural transition. Energy markets are shifting toward a multipolar model, where trade is settled through a multi-currency basket rather than a single dominant reserve. This evolution from unipolar hegemony to multipolar diversification allows nations to hedge against volatility and reduces dependency on any single geopolitical entity. The era of the single forced currency is yielding to a competitive, multi-currency landscape. Looking ahead to 2030, the global trade landscape is undergoing a structural evolution. While the US dollar remains the dominant force, its relative share of global transactions is projected to continue its gradual decline. This space is being filled by strengthening regional currency blocks, creating a more fragmented, multipolar trade ecosystem. By 2030, trade will rely on a diverse mix of currencies rather than a singular hegemon, optimizing for regional security and efficiency. A cornerstone of U.S. economic stability is its ability to borrow money at relatively low interest rates. This is largely supported by the global demand for U.S. dollars. If global demand for the dollar falls, the U.S. Treasury may need to offer higher interest rates to attract buyers for its bonds. These higher yields directly increase the cost of servicing the national debt. This transition creates a significant challenge for domestic fiscal policy. As more budget revenue is required for debt interest payments, less remains for infrastructure, social programs, or economic investment. We are witnessing a fundamental shift in the global economy. For decades, the system was defined by the singular dominance of the US dollar in energy markets. Today, this landscape is fragmenting. The era of total hegemony is giving way to a more complex, multi-currency world where nations manage competition rather than following a single path. Ultimately, this transition reflects the changing nature of globalization. It is no longer about total dominance, but about navigating and managing competition in a fragmenting world economy.